Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby the Game Night here. I'm back playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney just for members.
Just for? You're doing it just for me?
I said just for.
That's what it sounded like. It was just for Maddie from Video C.
No, I said it's just as fall.
Way to alienate all the other viewers.
March 23rd.
Somebody's gonna watch this and be like, oh, wait, it's just for Maddie? Well, I don't want to watch this. Fuck that.
Just as fall.
Sounds awfully quiet.
It is awfully quiet. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you stealing my voice?
I don't
Unfortunately. We have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. It's actually a fake? I was just bluffing. Order, order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, will you care to explain what is going on?
Oh, it's Mando. I forgot Mando was out. I thought it was the cat. You want to make a note real quick?
So,
Hey, buddy!
me and her are gonna get a ferret. I sent her a pic of me and the ferret, and she was like, yay, ferret.
You know, I'd feel really happy for you, except for the fact that it's like you've completely abandoned all of us in favor of your friends. Like, why can't you just have both? You think even if y'all get together, like you're just never going to see your family or interact with us anymore?
No,
it's like you're only going to see us on at Christmas.
You guys.
It's like even this looks resealed.
He's fucking biting my fucking. Send help.
Help. Stop.
Thanks, Willy Wonka.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Did you read that line already?
I think so. If this was not written on Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
Mr. Corrida? Well, well. It looks like Ms. Impacts never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about on guard.
However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged.
It says so that facts remain unchanged. You see that? And so that facts remain unchanged.
Someone made a spelling error in my dialogue.
Well, it's not a spelling error. They wrote a completely the wrong word. It's a grammatical error.
I mean, yeah.
Should be in so the facts or so that fact.
Yeah.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. But how do you know it was written on it? That does sound very plausible.
This theory that Engard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it.
Do we have... Okay, let's look at the evidence.
We'll just oh wait, we haven't saved. We did save.
Yeah, we haven't saved like 10 minutes ago. Not in that.
Well, I mean... He was watching him with the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Edgeworth's big thing. He knew about the suicide note because of the camera. So, I mean, do we present the camera?
Maybe.
I don't know what else we have in evidence that would point to that.
I don't have...
If you have a suggestion, I'm glad to hear it.
I can't think of anything we have for it.
Okay, I mean, this is just the note itself. This is the figurine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a picture from Celeste. It's a receipt for the bear. It's the bear.
That picture of Celeste is probably gonna be posted.
But I can't see how it would be here. That doesn't prove that he knew the suicide note was fake.
Yeah.
It's got to be the camera.
Unless he has the real suicide note.
But what is the evidence of that?
Is it in the picture or something?
Well, how would we know that?
We don't.
Exactly. And we can't examine it or anything. So it means nothing.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the camera, unless you want me to back down.
You go with something.
Oh wait. I can save.
You can indeed. Phoenix Wright saves Scum Attorney.
The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake. Yeah, see, that goes along with the camera to me.
Yeah. What is this little item called again? A camera? Hello? Are you from the 1800s?
A video camera, Your Honor? Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right. A camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right?
Shock.
If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
Ack. Now to you too.
Hey, Mike.
So the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. There's a cat in the room now. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not... Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I skipped it too fast. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Order. Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen, because I'm so incredibly intelligent. The question is, what next?
What next?
If the prosecution can't prove Mr. On Guard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual.
Okay, cat's pushing on the microphone.
The cat's pushing on my microphone.
Ezra's stuttering? This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of, who was it that hired Shelley D. Killer to commit murder?
That's impossible. Who in the... Okay, Mike, you really need to stop pushing on the mic, baby.
Mike, don't push on the mic.
No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself, Mr. Shelley D. Killer. Oh, Mr. D. Killer. Wait, Shelley D. Killer?
I am Shelley D. Killer.
You mean the killer? Or, I mean, the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here, to the witness stand.
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Yes?
is this alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? Can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this.
Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please.
Very good, sir. Okay, I'm not gonna try and do like a radio thing. My name is Shelley D. Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here?
Your Honor?
Sorry.
Fucking goddamn it,
My finger slipped.
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. D. Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. D. Killer himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley D. Killer.
I understand. Please wait a second.
I'm so hungry. Maya!
A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. Wait, did I pull that up?
I don't know. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Throws the toys badge.
We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley D. Killer.
Looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There was one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what would that be?
At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Ron Quida. Is this correct?
It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Quida.
Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client.
Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream.
Shelley D. Killer. What is he going to say?
There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. D. Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. D. Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yeah, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
About my client.
We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Sorry. Go on.
Well, it appears there's one witness you can't badger, Mr. White.
That's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. The trust between you and your client.
I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it'd be quite troublesome.
And that's why you're testifying in this manner?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me.
But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It has never happened before, but if it ever did...
Yes.
That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough, please, no more.
Very well. It was only a hypothetical, anyway.
Don't read green, but all his text is green.
That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside the prescribed wall.
The wall?
This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do.
That egomaniacal.
It is not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you.
Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care at all about this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know.
What the fuck, dude? He's made a statement.
I can press again?
Yeah.
Am I just gonna get the same dialogue?
I don't know.
Patience, try to calm down. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk.
What do we do?
I mean,
we pressed everything.
We pressed everything, so we're going to have to present something.
Do we have to repress everything?
Well, I pressed that one already. The trust between you and your client. I provide my service in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that these are the roles. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules.
A person who frames another is the worst kind of human being. The worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person?
I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand the assigned role.
Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think. Really.
In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe you are ready. Excellent. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree?
Do I have to press on that?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, that's fucking annoying. This case is
What is
awful.
it?
No, I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask him, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida?
That person's name is... Adrian Andrews.
Wow! Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier.
Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews.
What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Like Edgeworth stabbed you in the back. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps? I knew it.
This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you're the one who summoned this witness.
You, Shelley D. Killer?
My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal.
Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
Yay, winning.
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note with a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant after all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley D. Killer is currently lying under oath.
Certainly.
Certainly lying under oath. Shut up, I can speak.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Ms. Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. D. Killer himself has testified.
And if we can't trust a serial killer, who can we trust?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
a paid assassin?
Yeah.
He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yeah, I know the truth.
Mr. White.
Yes, Your Honor?
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for their final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? God damn it, I don't want to choose this.
Technically, you could save and choose both.
I should save, just to be on the safe side. I mean, that's just smart gameplay. I mean, I gotta request the trial to continue. That's the whole point of all this. You want me to take the verdict?
No. That gets you that damn thing.
Do what?
That gets you the bad ending.
I keep clicking the button when holding the controller. I'm
Phoenix,
sorry.
my attorney's badge.
Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept I'm not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt on Guard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than On Guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten On Guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust. I never thought about it until now. I trust him?
I love him?
Yes, you do.
Tell me it is a love story. Mr. White, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. D. Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. White? White. But... That witness has clearly a client through testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor.
Surprise?
There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Miracles aren't real, Phoenix.
Very well. That's why I will continue. Mr. Ellsworth, please re-establish the connection with Mr. D. Killer. Wait away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk to you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
The radio boxer looks kind of like the killer with the line down the middle of his face and the big knob for the monocle.
Yeah. Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done?
But what shall we have? What shall we have him testify about now? Mr. D. Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client, part 2. Because you fuckers need more. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is the tampering with of the crime. Scene of the crime. I can speak, God.
You could have just gone with crime scene. It would have been fine.
Yeah, but it wasn't correct. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Cuida was dead.
even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and the button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules.
They're the most unexpected turn of events for the, 5th time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed, and no quartz elf could fuck off.
Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
We still have the quartz examination to do.
But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then
I'll expose the lies in that oh-so beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
That makes two of us.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, I might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes?
Sorry, I was drinking my lemonade and I had to get my twin brother to come in.
How much is your fee?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
No! I'm not thinking of hiring...
Mr. White!
Yes?
You want to kill me! You want me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that? You're...
Guilty! Mr. Phoenix Light, you are hereby declared guilty!
Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not?
And thus Phoenix White went to jail.
I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill.
If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you.
However, I will say this.
Now there's a ferret in the room.
Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
That goes without saying, Mr. DiCillo.
I mean, technically you're both guilty, but...
And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders.
I don't live with any guilt. I just stabbed the fuckers.
However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt.
Are you talking about the button and the knife?
Yes, and my business card.
Oh, this card.
So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible.
Try to make things easy.
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service.
He's pretty devoted to his work.
But to discard everything and go and stab the deceased with a knife. And even hide my card from sight. That is something I cannot overlook.
It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you use my services, Mr. Shine, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too.
No. I already told you. I have no intention of using your services. Ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? From the very beginning?
That is correct, from before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder if that's really true.
That's odd. Apparently something's odd.
So why do you think your client did that?
What do you mean by why?
Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway?
That is true. A murder was probably done before Mr. on guard.
If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it?
Sadly, that is not possible.
Huh?
My job is to kill, that is all, and to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall.
And that's all you have to testify?
Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again.
Again. As in you plan to continue.
I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney?
I want that spin-off game. Phoenix Wright, Ace Assassin.
That's what it does in between the third and fourth game.
Excuse me? No. I'm fine, really.
No, he plays poker. Are you really now?
I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What's he going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that would be very bad for our client, right? So confused. Do I love Edgeworth or Maya?
Edgeworth.
I like Phoenix and Maya. I think they're
Maya's
cute
like a
together.
little sister.
Okay, she's not that little. And she and Phoenix have a really cute relationship, and they were raising Pearl together. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. I see Phoenix and Edgeworth as like buddies. They're like Vegeta and Goku.
Nah, they are very obviously lovers.
Well, I don't feel that way about them. I feel like they're frenemies who become, really close friends. We're back to pressing again.
Yeah. What was that thing that... I know Edgeworth said something that's interesting on one.
Yeah, but I couldn't... there was nothing else for me to do there.
Yeah, but
Press
maybe
again.
just look at it again. I don't remember which one it was.
I believe it was here.
Maybe.
From the very beginning.
That's correct, from before my client visited the room. My clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder if that's really true.
That's odd. What's odd?
So maybe we could present something on that?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, I pressed the wrong button. There's true. Let's see.
Do they have any proof? And like, we have the tomato juice or whatever. That's the only thing I got.
ABS.
Cause like, why would she do that? I'm so incredibly intelligent.
Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. D. Killer.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corda had been murdered.
But how do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass?
Mr. D. Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Corda had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
Wasn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion?
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. I just wasn't gonna say anything because this is a video game and the player has to do everything. Witness, how do you explain?
Oh, I thought that was your follow-up line. I was just going with it.
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct?
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Quirda's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
They're both attorneys.
But one's an ace attorney.
Phoenix. If Tequila figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Ah, sorry.
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you.
Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Edgeworth, you can't do that. Oh, sorry, Phoenix, my bad. Very well.
Right now I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items.
This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain board to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
One week ago. You sure?
Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Toy, I hope you'll keep that in mind.
Please, stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind.
A specific date and time. Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
The bear.
My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Ron Grid as well. I would like to retrieve that item for me.
You must be talking about this bear puzzle.
Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim put it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all.
That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Wobbly. Maybe.
The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
Oh, really?
Witness, please continue with your testimony.
So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that with the brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
I mean, there's no consequence saying it.
Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. the Killer had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken.
So saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews?
I guess so.
You see, it is just as I said.
I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax.
Now then, will the witness please continue?
So your client was Adrian Andrews.
That is correct.
Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. God, this is so boring.
Well, time for double pressing. What if you let it go instead? Is that a unique dialogue though?
I suppose it's possible. If the point is to draw more stuff out, though, that's not really helpful. I see. That's fine then. Yeah, that was great. So you yeah, we did this. I mean, I pressed last time. I don't know. I never know what to do. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It is only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him.
Damn it, Shelley.
That's what I thought. I can trust this person as a client.
You know, considering how careful you are with everything else, it seems like you would know that Adrian Andrews was a she.
It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now very important?
If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I got him.
Fuck, I dropped my phone.
Your Honor, I believe somebody just dropped their phone in the courtroom, and that testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Oh, really?
Really.
If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought, I can trust this person as a client.
But as we now know, that was not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
Agent Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you're correct. So I'd like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate? I guess we should present Adrian Andrews at the last one.
You mean the one before this, not the,
Yeah.
the literal last one?
Yeah. Look at this person. Get the pronouns correct.
I would like to go over this one more time. You met Agent Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time.
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy.
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelley D. Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip-up about her.
So what is the issue? Fuck. What did you say just now? About her?
If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman.
Oh. Order on the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified the following: that he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
Isn't that something that Edgeworth should have pointed out, though, not Phoenix?
You see, the player has to make the big choices. Why is he sweating?
Why is he sweating chocolate milk?
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. D. Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on?
That's why you should never assume gender.
Exactly. Shelley D. Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We can't have the truth coming out yet. Very well. But this time, give us the truth, and nothing but the truth. Request taking part 2.
God, this trial never is going to end.
Don't end. Yes, now I remember, I took that request by mail. There have been times I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Ron Creeder and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through a letter.
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination.
But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse.
You think your sulkiest voice is not going to work on me?
Alright then, just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger witnesses with such harsh words. Your lawyers to behave like one and present evidence to mindless yelling. God. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Killer met with his client? Yes, we do actually. I think. He gave them the bow. Easy.
True.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Case closed.
Come this far, I have to try to prove something here. Very well, I will show you proof. Are you sure about this, Phoenix? Here's the proof that the witness met with his client who wished Mr. Corda dead.
Are we sure about this, Phoenix?
How about this, Bear?
Ah, fuck it. No going back.
So, what do you think?
Oh. Game, what the fuck are you talking about? You may say, what do you think? However, I'm for intending the purposes of transceiver radio.
Oh, that's right, you can't actually see the evidence.
Well, I don't think this was one I needed to see. I can hear the pure silence in the air there. What the fuck do you mean? It's evidence? Oh, fucking fuck you, man. I guess let's press through the rest.
What was it only the first one I pressed on? Or did I press it?
Either the first or second one.
And why would you not meet in certain cases?
Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities? On top of it, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I've joined the times and will now take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? Oh my god, bro, what age are you from? I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what's commonly referred to as email. Email?
In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down.
Ahem. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and... The question for them... Yep, I read this.
2 or 3 other things?
Yes.
And what were these other things?
A few other things that have nothing to do with the case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one...
Wait. Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? I mean...
You could always save the game real quick.
It seems like they're telling me not to pursue it.
You could always save the game real quick.
Yeah, could have always saved myself from going through this ridiculous trial, too.
I love this trial.
I hate this trial. This is my least favorite trial we've done so far. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
If it is truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine.
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Coda's suitcase.
And then, what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
You gave it to your client. Oh, now we're going to be able to present it. Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me.
We knew this 7 years ago!
We knew all this shit 7 years ago. The whole point of this game is just to pad it out with useless stuff.
What you did in your testimony.
That's why it's so fucking boring.
As you wish.
I found this figurine at Mr. Ungard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there?
I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Ungard, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? With that piece? I don't fucking know.
Didn't somebody say they saw him giving the bear to his client?
Yes, Will Powers. Wait, no, he didn't see the bear transaction. He saw the money transaction. Well, he may have, yeah, I think he saw the bear too.
I don't know how easy it is to bring that
He
up.
just saw, like, the arm of the nickel samurai.
So the killer says he gave the figurine to Ms. Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Dr. Wright? Mega Man?
Phoenix Wright built Mega Man?
Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Ungard Mansion. Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly.
What?
This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. Wait, what?
Oh. Do you have evidence for that?
I'm fucking confused now to what we're even doing.
Why could Miss Andrews not have been the recipient?
I mean, he did say in his testimony that I gave it to Miss Andrews, so I mean... Are we going to say... Well, if you gave it to Miss Andrews, you'd know she was a chick.
Yeah, potentially.
I mean... I can't really present past testimony, so...
You could present Andrews again?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, the music stopped? Oh, no, not the good music. Ow.
So do we just not have any evidence?
I don't know.
It's no use. As long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here, pressing this witness anymore would be extremely dangerous.
It appears that Mr. White has no problems. Well, the menace, please continue.
So you're saying that you never saw your client's face, not even once?
I did, once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine.
And they were in the costume.
Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time.
Well, we're idiots.
A mask? The Nickel Samurai mask. Wait, no, this is not my dialogue.
The Nickel Samurai mask, I'm guessing. Weird that I thought that in the killer's voice at first.
Right, what do you have to say
about this?
Are you the killer?
Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
The contradiction?
Can I save here? One thing does sort of stick out at me, Your Honor. Witness, I think you most definitely saw your client's face. Let's recall Mr. Powers' testimony. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his Nickel Samurai costume. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. You received quite a large roll of cash from Mr. On Guard. And at that time, he was not wearing his Nickel Samurai mask.
Order. Yes, now that you mention it, I do remember that. Witness? Yes, that night I did wander the floor as a bellboy. I received plenty of tips that night for carrying juice to the various rooms. Is that so wrong?
Huh?
I'm sorry, but sadly we are not nearly so generous here. If I could receive a large roll of cash simply by bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? Like, gosh, this job fucking sucks.
Oh, the deja vu. And isn't his salary more than enough for one man?
Where's your evidence that the large roll of cash was not, in fact, a tip? Come, Mr. Edwards, show me the money. What? Mr.
Yes.
You know, I think your line of questioning has been a little strange. In fact, I'd say you don't seem to believe Miss Andrews and my client.
Oh, no, it's not like that at all. I just think lies aren't a good thing, you know.
Oh, I know and agree. Lies are not a good thing at all.
Ooh.
I think we're on the same page now, aren't we, Mr. Attorney? Remember, if I feel threatened in any way, I am free to cut contact at any time.
I'm sorry. Please, forgive my foolishness.
They're so apologetic all the time. Anyway, I do not see a huge contradiction here. Therefore, we may continue in this.
We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me. And that's exactly what is so bad. At the rate we're going, we will end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh, yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. I have those.
Oh wait, did we do this already?
We did the first one again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we already go through all of it?
Yes.
What the fuck are we supposed to do?
Present evidence somewhere? Either here or later? Was it here or the second one? I don't know.
I mean, we couldn't find any proof here.
We need hard evidence.
I've got nothing. At least not for this section. And for this, all I really have is the bear. No, I tried that, unless we can do it now and it'll work.
I don't see why it would. We just contradicted that.
Yeah.
Wait, did I not contradict that before?
I do not know. God damn it.
So the killer says he gave the figurines to Miss Andrews, but I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something, I think we did this already, didn't we?
Yeah. So what's the evidence that he didn't give for the bell? I guess. The bell itself. I don't know.
Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at On Guard Mansion. Is that correct?
Yes, where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe we did do this.
Yeah.
It's a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. I mean, I don't see how presenting the bear proves that. You want me to present the fucking bear? There, I presented the fucking bear. Shelley the Killer, if you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item? I see where you're going.
Yup, that's where I'm going.
Where's everyone going? Don't they pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. It was the damn bear, and it was that moment. Touché.
Order, order, order! So that's where you two will go.
So by the very fact that suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client did not know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means?
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Idiot Andrews to be the client.
Order, order, order! Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before,
how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement.
No, that's not...
That's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please.
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
No, please. Not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should...
Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll...
The prosecution, What has come over, however? Even you are. The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. There's a most unusual situation. The prosecution rests with no further questions. Then, the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that's the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is... Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
If I end the trial here right now, then your client, Matt and God, would be declared innocent. In his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews would be charged with murder?
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt and God, to the stand.
The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands.
But the miracle refused to come.
It's because miracles aren't real. Dave, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it appears you are innocent.
Ha! So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
Mr. God?
Where did you get that drink? What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like that. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You bet to get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay! Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.